Big Reds win the last 2 nights.
Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs.
Terrible in the last 4 games.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And our pitcher in this game, Jameson Taillon.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Huge.
And now it's filled up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The punch out there, and there's 2 down. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton digging in. Nolan Arenado. And 1-2. Up the middle. Throw is low, and he can't pick it.
That's unbelievable.
2 outs, runner at first. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Next pitch misses inside. Now 3-1. Swung on, belted. That's back. Into the shrubbery and out of here. He made him pay for that one. His 13th home run of the season. And just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0.
The pitcher knew as soon as that ball left his fingertips, it was trouble. Right on a platter, right down the heart of the plate. I'm sorry, but big league hitters don't miss that pitch.
Next to hit, Jack Sawinski. Into left center for a base hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
I fell at work.
So, man aboard. Here's Nolan Gorman. Hitless in the series so far.
And I started running to my car, and I slipped.
Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and
Terrible.
that'll do it. 2 runs for St. Louis on this blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
Wasn't great.
Bottom of the first. Now it's the second baseman, Nico Horner. Bounce to the left side. Motter on the run. Sends it over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
I told people I got attacked by a dog.
Ian Happ up to hit. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Next pitch is outside. That one missed.
Right now.
Out to short, Motter. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here's Nick Madrigal.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
What year are you in?
Swing and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
So 2 down, and next for the Cubs, Patrick Wisdom. The next pitch misses.
How did you do in 2023?
Ball 3.
Reds 11.5 back from the
Kicks and
Central.
fires. Swing and a foul straight back.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score him.
Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Cubs leave one. They trail it here 2-0.
Oh. Did you play the last game of the season?
Here at Wrigley Field, top of the second. Now it's the DH, Juan Yepez. Going to count 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
That's hard hit on the line. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that
Pulls it in for the out.
What's that?
Not in time as he's able to get back to avoid the double play.
well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Swings and misses. And to count 1-2. Next offering is fouled back. Ripped to third and caught. And it's going to wind up out of play. So the lineup flips over. This is Dylan Carlson, the 1-1.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
And here it comes. And that'll do it. So one left for the Cardinals as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Bottom half of inning number 2. So up now for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. Liner caught at second.
Are you using PCI or no?
Here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Trey Mancini now. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike. That's to third. Arenado. Jump throw. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
The catcher.
My goodness, Chris. He had to generate a ton of power in that jump throw for the out. Let's take another look and dive into the numbers from StatCast.
Man, that's an impressive throw right there. In the air, all the way from
It's
third
crazy to think
base.
that the
You've
Phillies
got to
and
have a
Reds both make the
powerful arm to
playoffs.
play
They're
third base,
probably going
but
to play each other
he
in the
just showed
first
he's
round.
got more than enough. He's got a cannon.
Yan Gomes waits. And he walked him.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. As if you were the offensive side of it.
Why did
He
he go
takes it
backwards
on
right
his
there?
own.
That's
And
what I'm
that
saying.
is that.
2
One
outs.
left for the Cubs.
I didn't hit the
And they're
button.
down 2-0.
I don't understand that. Explain it to me right now, please. It happens
Back here at the
way too
ballpark,
often.
top half of the 3rd inning, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar.
That's what happened in that Rays Orioles game.
You know, these Cardinals do a great job, though, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score
Oh, I'm
as
so
well.
pissed. And you weren't watching.
Checks his swing, appeal to third, and he went, says Dave Lawrence.
No.
Here's Nolan
But there's 2
Arenado.
outs.
He's 0 for 1.
You run on contact on 2 outs.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Right?
It's still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Righty to the plate. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Did you make any trades in your franchise?
What's your take on Wilson Contreras going from Cubs to Cardinals? You usually don't see players sign free agent-wise in that direction. I mean, one of the guys that comes to mind in terms of moving from one rival to another when Johnny Damon left the Red Sox. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. The Notches strikeout number 150 this season.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts.
And welcome back. Here's Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's like Red Sox Yankees. You don't leave one for the other in free agency. And for Wilson Contreras to go to the Cardinals, boy, oh boy, I tell you what, when he comes back to Chicago, he's going to get a very warm welcome in the wrong way.
That misses. Ball 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
A left-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher that's got some sink like that at the end. It's just the bottom falls out of it when it looks like it's going to be a pretty good pitch
on the Reds right now, or is
in that location that everyone says lefties love.
Next offering way off the plate.
He's on the Pirates, right?
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And it goes just foul.
I didn't know that.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Did miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Is Chase Petty in the game?
Here's the left fielder, Ian Happ. Grounded out his first time. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ground ball left side. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Ow! And that'll end the inning.
Trying to make something happen.
Welcome back as we go to the top of the 4th. Now the left fielder, Jack Sawinski. Next offering is in for a strike. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
1 down, base is empty. Struck him out looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And now 2-1. And there's a ball.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2 now. And a ground ball to first. Mancini takes it himself, and that's the 3rd out. Back here at Wrigley Field, and the batter will be the shortstop, Nick Madrigal.
Batting 3 today.
This one smoked out to left. Sawinski makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Patrick Wisdom will hit next. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Nelly. Let's go.
Hammered, base hit. Around first, heading for 2. The throw is wild, and it gets away. And he's going to make it up to second base, as that's a 2-base error.
Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're
what
on your
month
way
are you in right now?
Now at the plate, Seiya Suzuki.
Why is he going backward? Oh, he's going to catch it.
Line drive, Adam in
That's
center
me.
field. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. Back here at the friendly confines. Top 5, John Shelby with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Alec Burleson. Next offering is in for a strike.
You know, these Cardinals, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Who did you play on the last day of the season?
The line to kick the pitch. Sets him down on strikes. Throws him with a backdoor slider. And up next for St. Louis, Taylor Motter. He's 0 for 1. High fly ball, right field. Suzuki makes the grab, 2 down.
Like, you said you lost by half a game. Who were you playing? And like,
Dylan
were you in the
Carlson
wild card
next up
race?
for the Cardinals. Edge of the zone for a strike, and a count 1-2.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
The pitch. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And the righty deals. Good eye in that spot.
It's a good take.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bottom of the inning. And now the first baseman, Trey Mancini.
His family owns Mancini Peppers, and you know, they produce up to 50,000 pounds of peppers a day. They got roasted peppers, fried, blanched, sweet, hot, tangy. Am I making you hungry over there?
Very hungry.
Well, the Mancini family has been farming in Florida since the 1940s.
And a foul ball. 2-2 now. And that's outside.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Bounced up the middle. Gorman. Tosses to first. Just got him on that one.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now it's Yan Gomes. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
In the dirt, in plenty of time to first. Home after the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
Swing and a miss, and the count is 2-2.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Got him swinging. Here at Wrigley Field, top of the 6th inning. And now the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. The pitch. Goes down looking.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Here comes a 3-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Got him looking. 2
The
gone.
Reds are what, a half game back
Dude,
now?
he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
2 outs, base is empty. Wilson Contreras next up for the Cardinals. And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. Nothing. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th. Here's the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And the next pitch is way outside. Got him swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, I think he's got to be feeling pretty invincible out there on the mound right now. I mean, he's got the shutout working so far, and even when he challenges these guys, he's getting away with it. That pitch right there really wasn't anything special, a hittable pitch, but he gets the punch out.
Hauls it
Yeah, I'm
in,
hitting on the
and
Hall
there's
of
2
Fame right
away.
now, so I tip my cap to you and Legend.
Out
I
to
still
short.
can't hit.
Fires over to first. And that is that. And on the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Jack Sawinski. Gloves it on the dive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. And now it's Juan Yepes. Next offering is in for a strike. He goes down looking.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Bounced out to short. They get the force, and that is that. Set for the last half of the 7th.
Come on, Nick, you
Here's
find
the
one here.
shortstop at the plate, Nick Madrigal. Line drive, puts it away for the out. Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Patrick Wisdom. Here's a 1-1. Fought off foul. Line drive, knocks it down.
Oh.
He decides to hold on to it, and they don't get the out.
Well, that certainly feels good.
Chase
New
them.
arm of the mound for the Cardinals, Chris Stratton.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And he deals. In the air out towards right center. Carlson racing after it. He can't get there. It's a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this
how you
game,
read
so
the ball.
great job there stepping up to the challenge. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Strike 3, got him swinging. Huge strikeout there.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. Look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
On the ground to third. Arenado to first in time. That ends the frame. So remaining in the game defensively, Matt Mervis. He pitch hit last half and now takes over at first. Swings and misses. Slider right there.
Your attention, please.
And a ball evens the count.
Now catching, number 18, Tucker Barnhart.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. Dylan Carlson next up for the Cardinals. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. Carlson, the lead runner out at second. Nootbaar over at first, so 1 away. Ground ball right side, could be 2. And that is that. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Jordan Hicks.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here. Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Struck him out swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Bellinger up to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Left-hand hitter waits. And a count 1-2. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner, the next Cub to hit. And a pitch. Way out front for strike 2.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
To third, Arenado. Sends it across to first, and that is the 3rd out. Back here at Wrigley Field, now it's going to be Wilson Contreras. So Brad Boxberger rolls into the game.
And he's coming in to pitch on 4 days rest right here. And that might not be a factor at all in terms of being rusty, but he should definitely be well rested. Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, you want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
Next pitch is popped up. Morrell moving under it. And there's one down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Jack Sawinski next up for the Cardinals. Two. Rips that one to right. And that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now up for St. Louis, Nolan Gorman.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Sawinski over at first with 1 away. There's a strike. Slides, but it gets by him. Lead runner around second. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
A couple of singles back to back. Just an awesome swing of the bat, quick hands, and just launched the baseball. 108 on the exit velocity. Man, that is coming off the bat pretty good. I know he's feeling good about it.
Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. And here's the first baseman, Alec Burleson. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really
We're
well.
gonna lose.
Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Jameson Taillon threw
Next
145
offering is foul
pitches.
back. Corners are occupied with 2 down. And another ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Good job to fight that one off. Righty delivers. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's his second strikeout. And now they turn to Giovanni Gallegos.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing the work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump. Now, Boog, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
The 1-2. Tap dances out of the way of that one.
Should have swung.
And the right-hander deals. In the air out to center. Carlson tracks it down for the out. And now the shortstop, Nick Madrigal. 1 for 3. The 1-1. On the ground to short, Motter. Low throw, and he can't take it out.
I guess no shot at game.
Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Patrick Wisdom. The tying run at the plate. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he punches him out. He went around. Seiya Suzuki, the next to hit. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Got him, and that's the ball game. 2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding